All right, check it out, YouTube. What's going on? So I got a public service announcement today for starters. If you're a man or a woman, it doesn't matter to me. Camouflage of any sort goes with any one solid color. So let that just be some information for you today. So here we go. I've been watching Brainyhead one on YouTube. He's been doing a milsurp cruise in New York City, which kind of resonated with me because I was out there over Christmas visiting my daughter and son-in-law. It's the first time I'd ever been in New York City, and it was a frickin' blast. And of course, we weren't doing any milsurp stuff. We were doing a little more refined visiting, if you will. But I was really taken back by the amount of old-time original milsurp companies that had established themselves in New York City to begin with. And one of those is Rothco. So I'm going to do a little video here on the ERDL jungle cammies from Vietnam era, and I'm going to tag Brainyhead 1 in this video, and I hope that we can get some movement on this to get Rothco to start reproducing original style ERDL jungle cammies with the slant pockets from Vietnam era, because you can't find them anywhere. You can find some on eBay. They're very expensive, and they're usually mediums or very smalls. As it's the byproduct of the Vietnam War, I guess people were a lot smaller over there dealing with that mess, right? So bear with me. I'm going to go through some of what I have to share and then put forward, hopefully, to Rothco that we could get some good reproductions on these ERDL cammies. So the Rothco family has owned and operated Rothco. It was actually Milton Somberg, but it became Rothco in 1953. And I got this off their website, so you can go check their website out to get the actual facts. I'm trying to give you the Reader's Digest version. But the founder, Milton Somberg, in 1953 took over Morris Rothenberg and Sons, known today as Rothco. They started on Great James Street in Lower East Manhattan, focusing on used rags, clothing, and World War II surplus. When the used surplus became scarce, they evolved into a manufacturer of military clothing and gear. And I took that directly off their website, so I'm quoting that. By 2001, they had a 205,000 square foot headquarters in Ronkonkoma, New York, and I hope I'm saying that right. For you that live there, my apologies if I got that wrong. Howard Somberg, Milton's son-in-law, took over in the 70s. Currently today, Howard's son-in-law, Dennis Hopper, is currently the COO. Dennis Hopper, if you catch this video, there are a lot of 70s and 80s babies begging you to reproduce the ERDL cammies so we can get a hold of them. Other family members still have roles within the Rothco organization. So let me just go over some of these cammies I have here. So this particular one here is a slant pocket. You notice the pockets. And I did find this on eBay. It's a Chinese reproduction. It's not the same. It's not the same pattern as the original ERDL. I don't know how well you can see that in the sun, and I'll try to shoot some more pictures, some better pictures of this. But the pattern on this is a little smaller, but it is good. The colors are pretty good. So if we go over to this one, this is an original ERDL. It, however, does not have the slant pockets. So I'm assuming this was probably made in the 70s, but it's a 100% cotton ripstop. It did have the USMC Eagle Globe and Anchor on the chest pocket. Okay, that's an original. Now we have Hussein Antiques out of Marietta, Georgia, that are reproducing these, but they're slim. They're hard pickings. They're hard to find. But these trousers came from there, as did the boonie cover. The tag is trousers, man's camouflage cotton, wind resistant, Poplin Class 2, DSA 100-68-C-1655-100% cotton. And then the washing instructions. This is as close to a perfect reproduction as I can find. But I think Rothco could mass produce these, and and they could do better on the price. These were $92. And I think Rothco could definitely beat the price and probably maybe the quality, I'm pretty sure. So this is a Rothco reproduction olive drab jungle style issue from Vietnam. And I had one of these from my uncle in olive drab back in the 70s. And as best as I can recollect, this is a pretty good copy, Rothco. You did a good job on this. It's 100% cotton ripstop, just like the original that I remember. And this is my 80s issues BDU 50/50. This was one of the last ones I was issued. This is a different pattern than the ERDL pattern many of us are hoping to get a hold of. It's just a little lighter. The jungle ERDL, mainly the green. I know there were two types. There was a predominant brown and a predominant green, and I think it's the predominant green that would be excellent for summertime camis, especially if you're down south or in heavily, like the eastern woodlands, summertime. The ERDL is perfect. This is a Hessen Antique reproduction. I've had to distress the brass grommets in the cloth with sandpaper. I've ironed that on myself. I put a wire in the brim, and I shortened the brim a little bit too because I don't like the 3-inch floppy brim. But that's a great summertime boonie. And again, Hessen Antiques, you're doing a great job with that reproduction. I don't think you can make enough of them. I don't know. They've had mediums on there forever, but you can't get them in another size. So brainyhead 1, do what you can with this. Let's get this to Rothco, and let's see if Rothco can't help us out and get this ERDL into mass production. It would be awesome. If anybody else wants to chime in the comments, leave a comment, like, share, subscribe, and let us know if you would like the ERDL jungle camis. I think it'd be a new great addition. All these other cami patterns, and we're missing some good ones right here with the ERDL. Thanks for watching, guys. Hey, Blackiethomas, any way you can help us promote these jungle camis? These Vietnam era ERDL, predominantly green jungle camis. We're trying to get some message to Rothco that we'd like to have them reproduced. I know you Southern boys would like this. All right, let's see. Hopefully this is a little better clarity on the colors of these camis. ERDL, jungle cami pants, trousers. That's Chinese knockoff on the ERDL green. That's an original ERDL. That's a Rothco reproduction of the olive drab. And the M81 Woodland from the 80s. And then the Hussein Jungle Boonie. Rothco, we desperately need the ERDL green dominant camis. Help us out. Thanks for watching, guys. Like, share, and subscribe. Hit that brainyhead 1 channel too if you haven't already. Silverback out. Stay safe.